Singing. Audrey Gray was up late one night at home trying to finish a big report she had due in school the next day. Her parents and sister, Jessica, had all gone to bed, so Audrey had plenty of peace and quiet to work on her paper. When she had finished, she was dog-tired, but decided that before bed she would take a nice hot bath. Audrey began running the water in the tub and getting undressed, but after a few minutes, she thought she heard something upstairs. Audrey's house was very old and sometimes made creaking sounds at night, but to Audrey, it sounded like someone upstairs was singing. Audrey turned off the water spout in the tub and listened, but the sound had stopped. "Jessica?" Audrey called softly. When no one answered, Audrey shrugged her shoulders, turned the spout back on, and when the tub had filled with water, got in. Audrey sat soaking in the tub. The hot water felt so good, and Audrey was so tired from working on her paper that she began to fall asleep. But just as she was about to doze off, she began to hear what sounded like somebody singing upstairs. Audrey sat up, listening. She couldn't make out who it was or what they were singing, but she could tell that the voice belonged to a girl. Maybe it's Jessica sleepwalking or something, Audrey thought. I'd better go see. Audrey got out of the tub, put her robe on, and walked out of the bathroom. The stairs were so dark, and the light switch was all the way at the top of the staircase, but Audrey could feel her way up. She could still hear the faint sound of someone singing on the floor above her, where she knew Jessica's bedroom was. "Jessica, what are you doing awake?" Audrey called as she walked slowly up the stairs. But when she got upstairs, all the lights were off, and the singing suddenly stopped. Audrey turned on the light and walked over to Jessica's bedroom door. But when she opened the door, Jessica was fast asleep. "What is going on?" Audrey thought to herself, suddenly feeling frightened. Just then, the singing started up again. Only this time, it was coming from the bathroom downstairs, where Audrey had just been taking her bath. Audrey ran down the stairs, and as she slowly opened the bathroom door, the singing stopped again. "Is somebody in here?" she asked, her voice trembling. But when she looked, nobody was there. What's wrong? Patrick was up late one night sitting in his living room trying to finish some paperwork. His dog was sitting on the couch next to him, sleeping. "You've got the right idea," Patrick said to his dog, as he was feeling tired now too. Suddenly, his dog woke up. Patrick watched as his dog's ears began darting around, as if he was listening for something. "What's wrong?" Patrick asked his dog. But the dog just sat there, his ears perked up, while his eyes looked around the room. Patrick was about to reach out and pet him, just to calm him down, when all of a sudden the dog jumped off the couch and ran to the center of the room. The dog's head turned from side to side as if an intruder was in the house. "What's wrong, boy?" Patrick said again. He had never seen his dog behave like this. What had gotten into him? Just then, the dog turned toward Patrick. Then he bared his teeth and began to growl. At first, Patrick thought the dog was growling at him, but then he realized that the dog was staring just over Patrick's head, as if something was just above him. Patrick looked up but saw nothing. The dog barked and snapped, growling and staring intently at the ceiling above Patrick. "Hey now," Patrick said. "Stop that." But the dog paid no attention to him. The dog lunged forward, baring its teeth, all the while keeping its eyes on something above Patrick's head. It kept barking and growling as the hair on its back stood on end. Just then, the dog began to back away, whimpering as if something was coming towards it. Patrick watched as the dog backed all the way into a dark corner of the room with its tail between its legs. It was like something menacing was standing over it, but Patrick still saw nothing. Patrick stood up off the couch. "Get out, whatever you are," he yelled. After a moment, the dog came out of the corner, as if whatever was scaring it had left the room. If you enjoyed listening to those but wanted to experience reading the stories for yourself, you should check out the link in the description because we have an Etsy page and David's book is on there. Now, in addition to all of his short stories and poems, this book also features some incredible artwork, so check it out.